Peace, y'all. It's your man Dave with my brother Quest, the man bringing you all things marriage, paying you huge dividends on your investment in time with us. We're talking about love, sex, having children, money, spirituality, life, communication, and anything else to help you thrive and win in your relationships. And guess what? This is grown folks' business. So get ready to make grown-up decisions. You know why? Because marriage ain't for suckers. That's the name of the program. Marriage ain't for suckers. All right, let's get into it. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
What up, what up, what up, what up? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Quest. Welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm alongside my man, my mellow, my man. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for L. David Harris.
Hey, Quest.
Yo, what up?
Where am I at? Where I'm at?
I don't know. I'm hiding incognito.
Oh, so what I gotta do? Just push that button?
Just push the button. That's all. That's all.
What up, Quest?
What up? What up? What up? What up?
Let's
what
have
up?
another round of applause. Oh. Yeah, man, it's good to see you, man.
As always, man. As
Yeah.
always.
It's
As
all
always.
love, man. I'm trying to stream into the Telegram, Quest,
Oh, stream in.
but I don't know what's happening. Why is it not going in there?
Oh, I don't know, man.
What happened?
I don't
What
know.
happened? I don't see it.
I don't know.
I don't know either, man. Oh, well, we try it again on the other side. We'll do
Yeah,
it
we
again.
tripping.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, it's Thursday, bro.
Yeah. Thank God.
It's Thursday.
Yeah. God is good, man.
Oh, most def. It's been a busy week too, but a good week nonetheless, man.
True indeed.
I'm thankful for a number of different things. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful, even man, and I'm tired, bro. I had to end up taking a nap today.
Bro, I took 2 naps yesterday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we not babies no more, man. So, yeah.
Yeah. I had to end up. Yeah, that part. I ended up having to take a nap because I've been consistent at getting up at the hour that God wakes me up.
Okay. That sounds serious.
Yeah. So I mean, because you got the insider info. This season, man, I just wanted to be. I realize what we're embarking on as individuals, as a team, as a family. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
And I want to make sure that I'm not only good for me, but I'm good for my family, that I'm good for you, that I'm good for your family, that I'm good for Shonda, that I'm good for her family, that I'm good for AB, that I'm good for her family. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the Carters, you know what I'm saying? AB, Dante,
Yeah.
and their 3 babies. Shouts out to Shonda and Tim Morris, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Moni Love, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Shouts out to Josiah and Keep the Faith, you know what I'm saying? Zoe, Nico, and Mason, like for real.
Keep the
I
faith.
gotta be good. And in order for me to be good, I can't be good off of my own cognizance. The heart is wicked, man. And who knows the depths of that joker?
That's it. That's
You
it.
feel me? And
Yeah.
so if that be the case, I already know, because I'm a believer, that I'm in need of a savior. And so when the kids go to bed, one of the things that I vowed this year is that when the kids go to bed, that I would go to bed at the same time. Just so in efforts to get up, or at least have some level of decent sleep long enough to. And it was funny because the first week, D, he was waking me up at like 1:35, 1:47, 1:52. And I'm like, what in the devil?
He said, "That's you want to wake up? All right."
Yeah. And like for real, he's been doing it. And I've been getting up. Like it got some couple mornings, I just like I raised my head and then I went and put it right back down on the pillow. And then in
Yeah.
like maybe about 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, I realized like, yo, God woke me up already. Like, get up, get up. And I would get up and I would come in here, stumble over myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting older, so my focus ain't that great in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do this right here. You know what I'm saying? And put my readers on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
read. Yeah, I had to put my readers on. We need these now. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a difficult and tiring experience, but rewarding at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I realized that there's something that happens when you up at that morning and you praying for the stuff that you praying and watching God just come through and answer.
Mm-hmm.
All because of your obedience to get out of bed. All for just for the obedience alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You feel me? So yeah, it's been that kind of season. And because of that, I've had to get up and after I go to the gym and I get everybody out the house, the kids to camp, Faith off to, you know what I'm saying, her place. Then I come back here and I'm just like, yeah, I'm tired. I need a nap. And I take it.
Full stop. That's it. So yeah, that's a blessing. Like I said, I had 2 naps yesterday. One was in the morning, and then we were about to have our call last night at 8 o'clock my time. So you should be laughing and scoffing at that because 9 o'clock your time. I was like, bro, if I got to be up after 8, pause.
We need one.
I need a nap. So I took a nap from 5 something to 6:20. Got a little snack, and then got my mind right after worship to come in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
We went over a little bit last night in the community, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that I've been trying my best to do is because I know what it is for you. And I'm looking at my clock like, okay, 9:45, 9:50, let's start shutting down. Let's start landing this joker.
Yeah,
and we went over a little bit.
Man.
Yeah, we went over a little bit to maybe about 10:10, I think, 10:15, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But I was like, nope, hard stop right now. See y'all, love y'all tomorrow, in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I saw your eyes shifting to the time at a point, like 10 minutes till. I was like, okay, I see Quest. I see him.
But that's the whole thing, D. Like, I'm not, and we've said it before, and it's like me and you running joke. I'm everything that you're not. You're everything that I'm not.
Correct.
But in order for me to be better, the first thing I need to do is, Lord, I need to tighten up in a couple of areas that make me not only good for me, but for my family and for all these other families that are attached to this table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so in order for you to be able to properly function the next day, shouts out to Nicola and Horton, man. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. Good morning. In order for you to continue to be who you need to be the following day, if I'm running with you, it's my responsibility as your brother to say, okay, yep, he need to get rest. Let me shut this down real quick.
That is so much love, man. Appreciate it. Cause I'm up at 3. Cause I got, listen, besides the community, for
you got a couple
for UOU, I got a couple things early in the morning, man. And I can't go in there weak, just running my mouth. It has to be worthwhile. So yeah. So anyway, it's a blessing, man. I love running with you. We gonna run until what you say, ride till the wheels fall off.
Till the wheels fall off.
And thank God for that.
Till the wheels fall off. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know what? I'm feeling. I don't know. I'm feeling like I want to touch all the people today, man. Like for real. We definitely want to hear from, you know what I'm saying, the listeners. Like, Nicolon. I'm a female. Yeah, appreciate. My mistake, sis. My mistake. Nicolon, she said, and I hope I'm pronouncing the name properly. Nicolon said, I'm a female, your sister. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Shouts out to you. And my apologies. Yep. Shouts out to you. D, I need for the listeners to be able to, you know what I'm saying, send messages in every now and then. You know what I'm saying? I feel sometimes we do what we do and we so wrapped up in it that we don't, you know what I'm saying, get an opportunity to touch the listeners from time to time. So
yeah. Let me look on this screen real quick while you're saying that, and let me see what I put into the thing.
Yeah. So I just want to give them an email for the meantime, in between time, for them to just, like, for real, you know what I'm saying, like, to be able to reach out and touch the you know what I'm saying, the kids.
Okay. Well, let me see before you do that. Let me see. Yeah. I mean, if you want to give them your email, that's cool. I wanted to see what I did on that form. Just do what you said, man. Do what you said. It was in your heart, so go for it.
Yeah, no doubt. And we gonna it's gonna change up in a minute. But this will always be, you know what I'm saying? But go to info at jquestgreen.com, right? And send us emails, send us your thoughts, send us topics that you'd like to see us discuss or go back and forth about. But we basically want to just hear from you. I like, for real, I'm a relations dude. I gotta connect in touch with the people. And so I'm very much interested about what you're thinking, what you're feeling about these topics, or just feedback. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
yeah, when I get those emails coming in, I'll be sure to shout you out good and proper. You feel me? Info at JQUEST. That's Quest, GREEN like the color.com. Info at jquestgreen.com. Yeah, we definitely want to hear from you, man. Word up. Word up.
Let me see if I can put that up. I'm posting it, info at JQuest Green. I'm gonna see if I can get that to go up on the screen in a second. Okay, there it is. So let's see what platform we gonna pull it in from Marriage Ain't for Suckers. There it is. Info at jquestgreen.com. Yeah.
For real, man. I would love to hear from y'all. Yep. So D, let's dive into this thing, man. Before I even do that, how dare I? How dare I?
You did not ask me nothing.
I did not.
You did not ask me nothing.
I did not. And I'd like to ask, how is it on the island? Yeah.
Well, life is life. Yeah. We dealing
As
with
always.
Saharan dust over here, man.
Oh man, come on.
I still don't know what that is. It's just that Simone reports that to me. Like she says Saharan dust, and then I see that the sun is not visible. And I'm like, what is this? Yeah. She says it's Saharan dust. I'll look it up so I can understand. But I know it jacks our lungs up and jacks our nasal passages up. So we're recovering from that, Simone and I. But yeah, apart from that, man, it's all good, man. This earth is not one person's earth. We all live on it together. And I remember when somebody lit something on fire in Canada, and our homeboys in Virginia were suffering, let alone people in Michigan. But I had people in Virginia, Northern Virginia, like suffering because somebody lit something in Canada. How'd that go?
New York was looking like it was analog video.
What
cloudy.
In the world? What in the world?
The haze was thick, bro, all the way down. And we talking about Canada. That wind was blowing all the way down into the city.
Can you imagine?
Man, bro.
So that's what it is, man. We in Jamaica are a part of this green earth. And yeah, whatever's going on in the Saharan desert, way on the continent of Africa, shout to the motherland, is affecting us right here, right now, man. I'm looking out my studio window and definitely Saharan dust morning. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
We better start taking care of the rock a little bit better.
I don't know. What can you do, man? I don't know. I don't want to get into too much crazy, but I think the Microsoft man was talking about running a tube all the way to outer space with something. I'm like, what? Anyway, yeah. One day we probably have to just touch the news a little bit, like when we
just
come
a
on,
little bit, just
see
a
what
little
these guys
bit.
are talking about.
Just a little bit. But I'll jump into it, D. Like I am a hip hop head, and I'm not talking, when I say hip hop head, I'm not talking about, you know what I'm saying, like this new stuff that's, you know what I'm saying. I'm talking about hip hop head. I got it bad, right? And for those who don't know, I was very involved in the industry at one point, right, with a particular group.
A particular group, Quest?
Yeah, a particular group.
Okay. Okay,
And
sir.
like for real. So I'm from the age of SP 1200. I'm from the age of 808. You know what I'm saying?
TR-808 is coming. Sorry,
Yeah.
pause.
You
My
know what I'm
bad.
saying?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm from 2-inch Ampex steel. You know what I'm saying? Real to real. That's the age that I'm from. You know what I'm
You
saying?
are old.
Yeah, bro. I'm
school,
from that.
that
I'm
is.
from that. I'm from DAT tapes, and you know what I'm saying?
Did
Like
you
I'm
say
from,
dat?
I did.
Ooh, okay.
I did. I'm from that age, right? And so along with that, I'm from the DJs on the ones and twos in terms of authentic vinyl record, right? And I don't have the DJing is one thing I'll give a bly to, but you know what I'm saying? Because technology, but like for real, it minimizes what the old DJs had to do. Now they had real skill. They had a fader.
Yeah.
Now y'all got stuff at the quarter count, at the half count,
Click it,
3/4
click it,
count,
click it,
and a
click it.
whole note, right? Y'all could just hit a button and it comes right back to where it was before. Before, when DJs was flashing back and forth, you had to switch,
Yeah.
switch.
Got that one ear in,
switch.
one ear out.
Oh, not now. They got buttons to do all of that for you.
You know,
Now they got,
you know what? What's the name? Nigel,
Yeah.
my brother-in-law, got.
uh-huh.
The dude has all of Elvis Presley's gospel albums.
That's
What in the
crazy.
world?
That's
Who knew he
crazy.
did gospel, right?
You talking about
But,
Quayle?
yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, he
Them
did it
days.
back in the day. He did it in the day. But the vinyl is like, there's something to be said about vinyl. You feel me? It just, I don't know, man. Maybe it's the nostalgic the analog listen, or the feel. Like, you can hear, we were talking about it before, you can hear the dust on the needle.
Yeah, there are
Yes.
sounds in the actual surface of the record itself
Yes,
that
yes.
that transfers through that needle
Man.
and into the airwaves. It's a
Yes.
special sound. And that actually was better, and I'm not saying it because of nostalgia. I'm saying it actually was better than
Yes.
CD quality.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
was better. I don't know about now what we doing now, but it was better than CD quality.
Well, the CD quality is what really transformed it from the analog to the digital sound, right? So that they could get what we have now. And it's cool. I'm not mad at it.
Mhm.
There's certain things that I just prefer when I'm listening to Thelonious Monk, when I'm listening to Coltrane, when I'm listening to Dizzy Gillespie, when I'm listening to a number of, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, some of the, oh man, the dudes who really do this thing called music, right? And I listen to it. There's a feel that I get when I listen to it on vinyl, right? We got a couple vinyl, Miles Davis. When I listen to that stuff on vinyl, it's different, right? And so I get angry though, D, when somebody been playing my records and they shouldn't have been playing my records because they don't. Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
I'm not paying.
I'm talking about that right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the closest thing that you can get to that in terms of new artists is Robert Glasper. Shout out to Robert Glasper, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Robert Glasper Trio. But that's the kind of stuff, man. That's the music that, like, that's where our hip hop came from. That right there, right?
Wowzers.
And so when somebody been playing my vinyl, that because they don't know how to handle it and ends up scratching the record.
Oh, not the scratch, bro.
And I'm
the
not
scratch.
talking about scratch, wiki. I'm talking about legit.
No, you leave a
by
groove.
accident across the groove. Yeah, because the needle is very sharp on it's vinyl. You know what I'm saying? So it scratches easy, especially with that needle. When you scratch that, and imagine just listening there. We were talking about one of my favorite joints from one of my a newer band, right? The old school for us still is Frankie Beverly and the Maze. I love them, love them. You know what I'm saying? Happy feelings in the air. We are one. My favorite joint. Bang, 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 bang.
I'm not paying.
Imagine Frankie Beverly singing that whoa, whoa, right? And the music coming boom, 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 boom.
I'm not paying.
Come on. And
I'm trying to trick. I'm tricking the algorithm.
Oh, come on. And then my man comes in with the verse. You make me happy. Oh, man. You make me happy. You make me happy. You make me happy. Oh, who did it? Who did
Somebody scratched it so the needle got stuck in the groove, and the rest of the album can't be played until you move. The rest of the album cannot move
played
until
you put your finger forward and kind of
physically, intentionally move the needle.
There was one where you would add pressure to it,
to the back or the front.
Or the front, by putting a quarter
I
or a
remember
nickel
that.
on top of the needle. It would add weight. In other words, it would add pressure. Ooh.
So we need y'all to get the visuals. I know when we talk about moving the needle, more time it's not that. It's a LED or VU meter that you see with the needle going forward, like the radioactive joint back in the day.
Come on.
But since we're from New York City, from the time that we grew up, we figured we go back to the records. Where the physical needle is touching this disc that's turning round and round at how many RPM, Quest? Do we need to get into that?
It just depends. The BPMs was different. You had to shift it up and down to get what you wanted. You know what I'm saying?
And so what Quest is talking about visually is literally you would have to, while that thing is going around, that's where the sound is coming from the record itself, and it's transferring through the needle. If it got caught in a etch or a groove or a mark in the vinyl itself, in the record itself, you would have to do something to move the needle, make the needle move, so it could get to that next round of grooves that had the sound in them.
Come on, make it play.
Move, so it could get to that next round. So you listen to me two times? 2 times you listen to me? The first time not good enough. Yeah. But that's what it is. So in order to get to the good stuff, you had to physically move the needle.
And shoot, you thought the first joint was hot on the album. Just keep going through. And as it goes around, you get to listen to and so sometimes what that scratch does is it keeps you in that one place where you hear that one part of the song over and over and over. The funny thing about that is that it would be aggravating because you want to get to the rest of the song.
But at first you might think it's okay. Like you're in a low. You're in a low. You're stuck, but you cool until it's like third go round, fourth go round, or not go round. Stuck. Ika. And this is like, bro, make it stop.
Yep.
But I think that's like that in some people's relationships. Make it stop. Oh no, I'm stuck. Make it stop. There's that aggravating sound again. There's that aggravating pause in our relationship again. Make that go away, please. Somebody touch the thing and move the needle, man, please.
And I think that's what it is in some of our relationships, D. You stuck in this one particular, because the vinyl of your relationship endured a scratch. And so now it's causing you to be stuck. And all you have to do is do some action, perform some action that will allow, right? For real. Some of you'd rather be stuck than touch the relationship and move it forward.
So I think somebody said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So if you're stuck in that groove, you make me, and you can't get to happy. And you're wondering what's wrong. But what's wrong is you didn't move the needle. You didn't get active. You just stayed out on the dance floor of your lives and expected that even though this thing got stuck 17 times in a row, you were just hoping by osmosis that you would get to happy.
Shouts out to Big Ray Keffer. Yo, you said you can't get to happy. Yo, that's bars right there.
Son, you can't get to happy. You're stuck at you make me.
What do I make you? And I don't make you happy because
we stuck. Pause.
So I'm saying in this season, D, like, what are some of the things that we need to do that are needle moving activities to transition us from one place to the next?
Well, we need to touch, Quest. Can I just say? Can I say that?
Yep.
Yeah. You and your spouse need to touch. Last night in the Greenhouse community, marriage community, we talked about Quest and Faith, keep the faith, being physically close enough to feel one another's breath, to experience one another's rhythm and heartbeat, to be able to kind of calm down and become in sync, right? And part of the problem why people get stuck in their relationships is they've grown so far apart. They've drifted so far apart, but they don't know what it's like to be in sync anymore.
Oh man, D.
So that we can get to happy. So we have to touch and then agree. Touch and then agree. And we can get to happy.
What do you see as some of the things that are preventing us from touching and agreeing?
Pride. You ever see that? You ever see that little emoji? That's a monkey covering their eye, covering its eyes.
Eyes and face, and mouth. I mean,
yeah. So that like that hear no evil, see no evils thing. I'm just gonna stop right there. But that covering your eyes, like peekaboo, I see you. Like peekaboo, like if you cover your eyes, I can still see you, dummy. I'm sorry. Like it's cool for children, but there are adults, grown folks that are covering our eyes, thinking that if we cover our eyes, then it doesn't exist, and then poof, we're invisible. And I'm like, take your hands off your eyes, bro. Like you're still there. Like you're still there. And so pride says to bury my mind so that I hopefully, God forbid though, hopefully can't perceive the reality. I buried my mind. So when things are not going well in the relationship, I'm burying my mind, hoping that it'll change. That's a pride problem. You can't do that.
Perpetually repeating ignorant decisions every day.
Pride. Yep. So that's for me, that's the number one. And I think, you know how we say we develop and we change our answers. But I think if you ask me that 12 years from now, I'm going to say pride again for the first thing.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. I think I question sometimes, what is it that causes us to remain in that place and space of pride? Like, what do you really have going on the inside that causes you to operate in that place of pride? And here's the funny thing. It's not that you don't know that you're causing damage to the relationship. It's just that you value, and I don't even know if it's that you value your point of view or how you look. Maybe it is more than you value. What's the word that I'm looking for? More than you value
the relationship, the spouse, yourself.
But just the protection, the sanctity, the peace of the relationship, the connection of the relationship, the authenticity, the sacredness.
Yeah. I think pride manifests itself differently for different behavior styles. I'll just give two examples, right?
Wow.
So pilot-like pride could, there's multiple ways to look at this, obviously, but from our flight assessment concept, we'll talk about that maybe another time. But that pride, like type A pride, is I am competing and I can't let you see me sweat. Or, no, I got this covered. I got it covered. And not pausing long enough to say, but brother, sister, do you not see the symptoms of the brokenness?
Oh man.
Or I'll pick another, maybe a grounds crew. Really, I'm going to air traffic control. Air traffic control, otherwise known as melancholy temperament, might be so in our feelings and depressed about whatever it is that we actually do see, that we would rather crawl into a corner and quietly weep about it and hope it goes away. No. It's still pride, bruh. I don't care how you cut it.
We just said it a while ago, D. When you scratch that vinyl and you create that groove deep enough, that needle is not moving nowhere. It's going to move around right in that same groove. That same groove. Why? Because of the scratch. It will not move until you apply pressure to the needle to move it, or give it a nice little budge, or whatever you do, an action has to take place in order to leave, in order to move the needle.
I think in science, somebody said something like, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Oh, no doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
So if I make moves, appropriate moves, then I'll get appropriate response. I'll get appropriate results in time.
Come on.
In time. There's no time on that law in science, right? But in time, that will happen. There's another law that says matter left alone decays. It tends to break down.
Come on.
And so if I just figure I'm going to cover my eyes and leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone, don't touch that, don't touch that, it's going to continue to decay. It's going to decompose. It's going to stink. It's going to rot. It's going to atrophy. Like, can I continue? Like,
oh, that's a good word right there.
Atrophy.
Yep. That's a good word.
So the strength will go away. Mm-hmm. It'll get weak.
Yep. And some of us are allowing our relationship to go weak because you're not applying no pressure to it.
Mm-mm.
I'll never forget you not being active.
Not being active. Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when I snapped my Achilles from playing ball, and I didn't do it once, D. I did it twice.
I remember we talked about it on this program those years ago.
Yep. And so when I did it the second time, like for real, I remember it being in that cast 6 weeks, then being in the boot another 6 weeks. I wasn't walking I wasn't running and doing what I would normally do. And that joker's got real weak. I had to go to therapy.
With your manga foot.
You know what I'm saying? I had one manga foot.
You have one big foot and one manga foot.
One manga foot. I had to go back to therapy to get that joker back together. But yeah. And some of us are suffering in your relationship right now for that simple reason.
Yeah.
Yep. He said, that's it. Let's receive the offering now.
Yeah. So we have to be intentional in all things. And intentionality doesn't always look the same. I know sometimes we can get caught up in the way that we communicate verbally. Like you and me, we speak a certain way.
Yep.
That is not intent. That's not the point. The real point is applying appropriate movements to make the adjustments in the relationship.
So here's the thing. When last have you gone out on a date night? Mm-hmm. When last have you told her that you loved her?
Mm-hmm.
When last have you spoken the language that she speaks and effectively?
Mm-hmm.
Or vice versa. Ladies, when last have you showed him the respect that he desperately needs? When last have you prettied up yourself? And I'm not saying this like no diss, right? The reason why I'm saying it is because I know how men are. We're very visual. When last have you done anything that appeals to who he is visually? Like for real, if we're talking about moving the needle, if we're talking about needle moving activities, you know what I'm saying? When last have you done anything for each other that speaks, that you know what it is? And if you don't, you need to be asking some questions. When last have you done that particular thing that will just totally move the needle as far as they are concerned and cause them to be more fonder of you and draw the two of you closer? When last have you done that? Because if you haven't, no wonder you in a spot where you got to move the needle.
You know, one of the top 2 bits of advice that we got, related to marriage early on. One was in the premarital counseling space. Pause.
Yeah, let's go.
Some of y'all are jumping into marriages without getting premarital counseling or coaching. And you go to the person, if you go with a date and say, all right, we gonna get married on this date. And it's almost like regardless of what we discover when we are getting this counseling or coaching. But let me not get caught up in that. But Pastor Henry Monroe Wright, shout to the OG of pastors.
Oh, shout him out.
Yeah, he said, neither of you, let me say it like him. Neither of you are the other person's parent. And you need to remember that. Neither of you. Harris, talking to me. Harris. I forgot what he used to call Simone.
Shouts out to Pastor Monroe.
Yeah, what did he used to call Simone? What did he call Simone? Like once in a while, even though it wasn't Michelle, because we had another sister named Michelle. I think once in a while he might have called Simone Missy.
Yeah.
Harris?
Yeah.
Missy, and he's looking across, like looking in your eyes, like, yo, I hope you're getting this.
Yeah.
Neither of you
Are each other's parent.
is the other's parents. And so this is the thing. The reason why I'm saying that is when last did you refrain from trying to be his mama? When last did you refrain from trying to be her pops? I'm not talking about daddy in your affectionate way of talking. I ain't talking about that.
We talking about
Her pops. Like when last did you tell yourself in the moment that you felt like you was about to talk to her like she has to bow and obey?
Yeah, like I ain't your daddy.
You feel me? And so that is key. Like if I hear I know somebody who's, boy, I don't want to get too deep into it, but
Yeah.
I know somebody that we've been married for almost 22 years. Next few days it'll be 22 years if the Lord spares, right?
Yes.
We know somebody who's been in the game 30 more years than that.
Wow.
And one of the spouses is hearing that spouse's own parent when the other spouse speaks.
Wow.
And it triggers this person. It triggers the person because they're hearing the parent that used to drive them crazy. And so in a coaching moment, I said to the spouse, like, this is how this person hears.
Yep.
So you're going to have to moderate your speech. You're going to have to put a filter on it and say, what causes, and it's no excuse to the spouse that may flip out, but you do have to be honest and say, is there anything that I'm doing to precipitate this flip out mode? Like, is there anything I'm doing? And if the answer is yes, and I'm saying from the outside, there is an answer of yes, then I need to change the things that I'm saying and the tone in which I'm saying them because they're coming across like the person's parent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you come across as my mom's, I'm coming at you. I promise you, because she's deceased, and I'm 50.
And
I left home when I was 15.
But here's the funny thing: my mom is alive, and she just can't talk to me any old kind of way.
Right. So what if Faith now, God forbid, she decides that she's gonna take on the role in her tone, in her manner of speaking, in the things that she says. Like if you tell me honestly, if you ask me honestly, like simple stuff like I'm easy. But if you come to me and say, you're not wearing that, are you? I put it on. Does it look like I'm wearing it? Like Simone doesn't do that to me, so I can say that.
No, I know we can say
But what? Do you not see it on?
Yeah.
My mom's could have said that when I was 12.
Yeah.
You see? That could have done it. But listen, since that is not the case, I'm not 12. And she's no longer with us. There's certain ways that we don't interact.
Yep.
Full stop. That's just the way it is.
Yep.
Simple stuff can cause that record to be scratched.
I'm just saying. And once it's scratched, you better do what you need to do to either repair it or apply the pressure necessary. In other words, perform the actions necessary in order to get through the rest of the record.
Mm-hmm.
Your marriage is just like that record. You know what I'm saying? What will your record say, right? If you don't apply that pressure. And one day he got to lay it down. How will this record play when it's at the, when you've reached the end?
Wowzers.
Yep.
Yeah. So Lord, help us to do what we need to do. Be active. We can't be passive. And I know that that's difficult for some of us. Some of us are not really about that active life. We just kind of hope that things will pass. And I don't mean that negatively. I'm just saying that's the way some people are wired.
Yeah.
But it won't. It's not going to go away. So the blessing is that, go ahead.
No, I was saying it's got to be confronted.
That's it. And so the blessing is that we're together for that purpose. Like we're together to grow. We're together to continue on the path that God has marked out for us.
Yeah.
You see?
Yep.
So, yeah. I don't know if you have any more words of wisdom to share with us, man.
No, I'm just, before we get out of here, I just want everybody to know, when you don't want to face it, the difficulty indicates to you that this is an area that you need to grow in. Go ahead and face it and grow. That's it.
Well, I think it's a wrap, cuz.
I think so too. I just want everybody to stay focused, man.
Stay focused.
There you have it, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Marriage is about mutual love and mutual respect, and it works for those willing to make it work. Real talk, our spouses are treasured jewels given to us to make life better. And the sooner we learn to value one another will be the sooner we become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can be. Until next time, peace.